Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Justice for Mackenzie. Today, 2 men who pleaded guilty in the shooting death of a 2-year-old girl are sentenced to prison. But first, after a slippery morning commute, more showers are moving here into Metro Detroit. As we take a live look from our Skycam there, you can see a lot of drops on the window. We're starting this afternoon in the Weather Center with Brandon. We had some morning rain, making it a little slippery for people driving. There were a few crashes as well on the freeway.
Even some snow and a little grapple, which is that slushy snow pellet looking thing that you had.
We're only allowed to talk about one S word on the show. And that would be showers, which we're in for a little bit more.
Yes, we are, as I think the lion's share of the really heavy stuff is happening now or has already happened, but we do have more coming in. We have 38 degrees in Detroit, 42 down in Coldwater, and some of that more mild air is trying to work in here with the showers. But notice some of these temperatures near Saginaw, 34 degrees, and we are seeing still a little bit of that wintry weather across extreme northern part of the thumb and into Saginaw. More and more showers, and on the wetter side or on the liquid side, not frozen. As we zoom in, also some good news here, and that we're getting some breaks, at least temporary lulls in the action, and some of the showers coming up from the south to the north are of the lighter variety. However, we still have rain and thunder showers to contend with through the afternoon. Although we get a decent lull here or there in the action, we will continue to track stormy weather through the afternoon and evening. Low 40s, as good as it gets, and also some severe storms down across parts of the Midwest. Maybe some hail closer to the Ohio border later this afternoon and evening. We'll talk more about it. Rounds of rain continue, Evrod, coming up.
All righty, Brandon. We did mention some crashes earlier this morning. 2 of them actually impacted traffic on your morning commute on 2 major freeways. One was on the northbound side of I-75 near Dearborn Street in Detroit. Traffic there was blocked because of a jackknife semi. Another crash happened on I-94 near 23 Mile Road. Both crashes, though, have since been cleared, and thankfully traffic is back to normal. 2-year-old Mackenzie Oldham, who you see pictured here, was shot last May while she simply sat in her family's car. She died days later at the hospital, and prosecutors say that the shots were fired after a fight over poured juice on a prom dress. This afternoon, 2 of the men involved faced Mackenzie's family as the judge sentenced them to prison. Our Nick Monticelli was in the courtroom this afternoon. And Nick, did any of the men have anything to say?
You know, only one of them had something to say. Cleveland Smelly did talk about the fact that he was sorry and did not mean to shoot and kill Mackenzie. Let's show you her picture to remind you of what an adorable 2-year-old girl Mackenzie Oldham was. All this happening, as you mentioned, back in May. So the sentencing was this morning inside of the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. Cleveland Smelly was sentenced for second-degree murder. He will spend the next 35 to 50 years in prison. His brother, Antoine Smelly, will spend the next 10 to 20 years in prison. And as everyone mentioned, all this was over juice poured over a prom dress. Again, back in May, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office saying that Antoine poured some juice over a woman's head. There was an argument, and then Cleveland Smelly and another person, Deontay Bennett, showed up with Anton Smelly. A fight between other men erupted inside. It moved outside, and then Bennett allegedly gave Cleveland Smelly a handgun, which he is now admitted to using to shoot up a car which Mackenzie Oldham was in. She was on life support for a couple of days. Her family decided to take her off of that life support and donate her organs so she was able to give the gift of life to some other small little boy or little girl. In court today, the mother essentially said, "I will never be able to forgive you for taking my little girl away." And then Cleveland said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it."
Everything you had, you took from me. I can't feel my daughter touch. And how she look at me. Who are you to take my daughter's life from me? Who are you to destroy my life?
I know it's hard to hear a man say he's sorry for killing your kid, but I never intended on shooting a little girl. I never knew the girl was in the car. And I'm standing here today accepting my responsibility and taking this time. And I'd like to apologize for killing your daughter.
Now, the third person involved in this, Deontay Bennett, also took a plea deal. He pled guilty back in January, was sentenced to at least 10 years in prison. All of these men, because they took plea deals or made plea deals, have no automatic appellate rights, appeal rights. They do have to write to the court to see if that can happen, but a pretty big sentence. And even the judge sensed his frustration or conveyed his frustration, saying that this is getting out of hand, people trying to solve their problems with guns instead of acting like men. We're live here at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
So senseless, Nick, all over something spilled on a prom dress. Now little girl's life lost. Thank you for the update there. New at noon now, a Troy man arrested and charged with possession of child pornography. 37-year-old Brandon Dinellon was taken into custody on Wednesday. His arrest comes after investigators searched his home last summer after getting information that he was in possession of child porn. He's being held on a $3 million bond. But investigators are now asking for the public's help in finding any possible victims. So if you have any information about this man, please give Troy Police a call. Right now, we want to get to breaking news that we're following from North Carolina. That's where the state Senate has approved a new bill that would repeal the state's controversial bathroom law. The new legislation would repeal the HB 2 law, which bans people from using the restroom that corresponds with their gender identity. Now the bill will move to the North Carolina State House for approval, with that vote expected sometime this afternoon. An arrest has been made in connection with a pharmacy break-in in Southgate. Police say 3 people broke into the pharmacy inside Beaumont Healthcare Center around 4 this morning. The suspects got away in a car, which police tracked to a location on Detroit's east side, and that's where one of the suspects was arrested. There are still 2 people on the loose, though, so if you know anything about this, please give Southgate Police a call. And now to Southwest Detroit, where investigators are looking into an overnight fire at the Victory Inn Motel. This is near the Detroit-Dearborn border. The motel has been shut down after police agencies raided it. This was back in January in connection to a sex trafficking investigation. There's no word yet on what caused the fire, but investigators are calling it suspicious. Warren Mayor Jim Fouts released his State of the City address, but released it a day early. Originally, he was scheduled to deliver that address today in public in front of an audience. But last night, he released a taped version online, Fouts claiming that he made the change because he wanted to focus on the city and, quote, nothing else. Fouts has been under fire for alleged racist comments and very unfortunate and offensive comments towards the disabled. The mayor concluded his address by thanking the people of Warren.
Thank you for your words of encouragement, and I will continue to be mayor as you have encouraged me to continue. I look forward to
the address will air today on the city's cable TV station, but you can view the entire thing on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com. Still ahead here at noon, a school is honoring a bus driver for her quick actions. We'll tell you what she did that saved the lives of several students. Plus, more than a dozen people killed after a pickup truck slammed into a bus. We'll tell you what we're learning about the victims involved in this crash. But first, Vladimir Putin weighs in on claims Russia interfered with the U.S. election. That's coming up next.
Our client.
Welcome back. Today, Russian President Vladimir Putin says claims that he interfered in the U.S. election are lies and being used for American politics. Now, his comments come as the Senate Intelligence Committee holds its first hearing about possible Russian meddling in the election. NBC's Jay Gray reports from Washington, D.C.
As the Senate now begins its investigation into Russian election hacking and possible ties to President Trump's election team, lawmakers are promising it will be a comprehensive and bipartisan effort.
The Vice Chairman and I realize that if we politicize this process, our efforts will likely fail. The public deserves to hear the truth about possible Russian involvement in our elections.
While it helped one candidate this time, they are not favoring one party over another, and consequently should be a concern for all of us.
A much different tone than in the lower chamber, where the probe has collapsed after weeks of political infighting. As the Senate moves forward, lawmakers say they've already reviewed an unprecedented number of intelligence documents and have requested interviews with at least 20 people, including President Trump's advisor and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn.
We're talking about an overall investigation by Congress, but we're also talking about whether there's going to be any prosecution for criminal activity.
With links, many believe, directly to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
He is an authoritarian thug.
This morning, Putin told reporters he looks forward to meeting with President Trump and again denied his country made any effort to influence the election.
No. Watch my lips. He said no. Watch my lips.
Going on to call the U.S. allegations fantasies and lies. And back to the House Intel Committee now for just a minute. Embattled Republican Chair Devin Nunes and Democrat Adam Schiff, the vice chair. They're expected to meet face-to-face later today, the first time they've done that in days. As it stands right now, there are no future meetings scheduled for their committee. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
The search for answers continues this afternoon after 13 people were killed in this bus accident down in Texas. The crash happened yesterday afternoon when a pickup truck swerved into the wrong lane and hit a church bus head on. Today we're learning the bus was carrying senior citizens and that they were on their way back from a retreat. The church's pastor says that its members are finding comfort in being together.
Our church families doing what church families do. They're coming together, they're crying together, they're praying together.
Grief counselors have been hired by the church for anyone who wishes to talk to someone. In the meantime, local police are still working to find out what would have caused this driver to swerve into oncoming traffic. A South Carolina bus driver now being called a hero after she stopped several students from being hit by a bus. It was on Wednesday when Marilyn Masters pulled up to pick up kids from a bus stop when that reckless driver blew right through the bus's stop sign. Masters says that she told the kids to stop, put out her hand to show them to stop because she saw the car coming, and that her 29 years of experience helped her know to also check twice.
I've got my kids holding them, and I've had 2 or 3 cars just go through.
We're glad there is a bus driver out there like her. After dropping the kids off at school, Masters called the car into police. The school district even posted this video on their Facebook page, hoping to find the driver. But at this point, no arrests have been made.
New at noon.
An 85-year-old woman and her cat are rescued after getting lost in the Colorado mountains. Find out how she survived being stranded for 5 days in frigid conditions. Brandon, thankfully no weather like that here.
No, but we are watching the chance for severe storms blowing up again this afternoon and evening right along the Ohio River to the south of us. We'll look at that and more wet weather, although, yes, it is not crazy snow and strong storms. We do have to contend with more showers into Friday.
Put your backpack on.
He's not even 2 years old, and he is captivating our hearts. Elliot Carter, the boy with an infectious smile on the outside and disease on the inside that no one can cure. I'm Nick Monticelli, and that is the lingering question. Will he be with us, and for how long?
I just want a glimpse in the future. I just want to see a year from now. I want to see 5 years from now. I want to know that he's going to be with us.
Tonight on Local 4 News at 11, Elliot Carter and his parents' courageous and emotional battle to find a cure anywhere they can.
This is Thad.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you like some rain.
The Local Forecasters app is your best friend over stretches like this. So the bottom line, just with radar, any alert information that you need to know right to your device. So we encourage you to get that and get ready for more trouble in different waves. We have temperatures mainly in the middle and upper 30s out there right now. It's a cold rain, 38 officially at Metro, and on average about 15 degrees cooler at noon today than it was yesterday. A really nice day yesterday, right? Well, we're going to try to get back into some nice weather for you on the weekend, and just know that these spring showers very badly badly needed always, and so we just have to kind of contend with it. 44 degrees when all is said and done, and that is a result of some rain breaks still to come, but more rain and thunder and some strong storms south. Even south of our border, but our extreme south zone is under the marginal risk for severe weather. 43 degrees overnight. Some spotty showers continue overnight. As we look at the severe weather risk, and again, this little green strip here across northern Indiana, northern Ohio, and Lenawee, Monroe counties, the chance for a little hail and some gusty winds possible from some storms blowing up, but the bullseye will be across Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky through the afternoon and evening. Here is that radar picture saying goodbye or trying to some of that wintry mix. And the good news is some of these holes or breaks that we're starting to see across Jackson down into Monroe, Toledo, and parts of Adrian. And that's just a sign of just a little bit of breakage coming our way. The center of the storm here, the area of low pressure, still has to move up and out of Missouri, Illinois, and will eventually cross right over us here in northern Indiana and southeastern lower Michigan. And as a result, it just keeps things active for us, and we need to keep an eye to the sky and just be very patient with our commute or waiting for our loved ones and our friends and family getting through the evening drive today. And it'll probably be a little tricky tomorrow morning as well. All right, here we go into Friday, where we have some more showers in the area. It's a much lighter, the lion's share of the accumulating moisture, the rain for most of us is done, but we're not done with the wet weather until probably Friday afternoon, and then probably still cloudy and miserable most of the day, but at least we're back into the 50s tomorrow. Saturday, cloudy start, but then we get the sun through the afternoon, and Sunday, the better of the two weekend days, but both weekend days, Evrod, looking pretty good.
I like the sound of that. Brandon, thank you. An 85-year-old woman is doing okay after she and her cat were stranded for 5 days in the Colorado mountains. Her name is Ruby Stein, and she was on her way back home from visiting her grandkids in Colorado when somehow she took a wrong turn and her car ended up stalling in muddy, mountainous area. Stein's phone didn't have a signal, so she went into survival mode, using extra clothes as blankets and eating 2 bites of Rice Krispie treats and sweet rolls a day. Now, despite the tense moments, she says that staying calm might have helped save her life.
I kept myself very calm, which surprises me. Of course, when you raise 5 kids, you know, you...
Well, believe it or not, after 5 whole days, 2 hikers found her in her car. Other than being a little dehydrated, she was fine, and thankfully she's now back home safe with her cat. All right, still ahead here at noon. A woman gets her high school class ring back 45 years after it vanished. We'll tell you where it was after all these years. Replay songs. Well, after 45 years, most things that you lose are probably gone for good, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
But for one woman in Massachusetts, her class ring showed up nearly half a century later.
45 years ago, Jan Kentros lost her class ring, and it was her boyfriend's class ring, actually, on her boyfriend's keychain is what I meant to say. And when he lost his keys, the ring went with them. After weeks of searching, the couple gave up and basically forgot about it.
Well, that was until last week when it was found buried next to the track of a newly built high school. Jan was ecstatic to get the ring back and says that she has good reason for letting her boyfriend off the hook.
That boyfriend has now been my husband for 42 years, so he's off the hook now.
Well, yeah, so she's okay with losing the class ring because she got a diamond ring. But with retirement right around the corner, Kento says that she doesn't plan to wear the ring, but instead will display it in her jewelry box. She's not going to wear it probably because she's got a fat diamond sitting on her left finger, wouldn't you say?
For 42 years, that was the, you lost my...
Right. Have a great day.